So, hello friends and welcome to Digimento. Okay, so I hope you are able to hear me. Okay, so if I'm audible to you, if everything is fine at your end, let me know. Okay, so if everything, I mean, for me, it's not coming up. So let me know if it's audible for you, if everything is going well at your end. Uh, I don't know. There is some issues coming up at my end. So yes, I think it's clear now. So today also I have some video issue. The thing is that as I said last day, I was not able to, rectify the issue with the lights in my studio. So I shifted the recording to another room, and that is why there are some issues again with the lights. I hope you are able to hear me. I hope everything is fine. Okay, so let me know in between if there is any issue, because I am recording today from another room, so there can be chances that the Wi-Fi is weak here. So in case if you face any problems in between the class, let me know. Feel free to let me know. Okay. So Manish Mohan, hi. Imtiaz, hello. Shama, hello. Lipika, good evening and hi. Manish, all okay? Yes, audible. And I'm eagerly waiting for a live session, Imtiaz. Thank you so much, Imtiaz. So if in between, if you face any problem, please do tell me, because today I'm recording from another room, and here there are chances that the Wi-Fi can go weak. So let me know if you have any issues, okay? So we will be continuing from where we stopped yesterday. So yesterday we were discussing about the module 2, that is the second module, that is module 2 from the research methodology, that is unit 2. So unit 2 research methodology or research aptitude, and from there we were discussing the second module, that is the methods of research. So this is the topic that we were taking up yesterday. So we will be continuing with the same topic today also. Now today we will continue from where we stopped yesterday. Let's start, but before that, this is our channel, and this is our channel. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe, and also please do press the bell icon for receiving the notifications. So it's interrupting, looks like some issues with the Wi-Fi. Okay. Let's check anyways. It's buffering a lot. Lamelu, good evening, ma'am, and sorry I can't, as unable to attend the class for past 4 days. Okay, sorry everyone. Okay, let's see anyways if it's working. So you are telling me for you. But my voice is clear. So if my voice is clear, then I think that is sufficient. Let's see anyway. If there is too much problem, we will see what can be done. Maybe I can give a recorded session for things. So I just wanted the light to be clear and shifted to this room, because there was some issues with the light, and my electrician did not come today also. Vikrant, hi. Anyway, let's see. Okay, if there is too much problem, we will see what can be done. Now we are also providing the online courses, and for more details you can visit our website www.digimentor.com, or you can call to this number for getting the details. Shama, buffering a lot. Okay, you can continue. Okay, let's see. So yesterday we discussed briefly about the research design. So research design is one topic that we discussed yesterday. Then in detail we have seen what it is. Then we have discussed broadly about what are the different classifications of research design. So voice is clear. I think that is sufficient. By tomorrow, I'll try every means to settle this issue. Okay. Okay. So we also discussed about different types of research design: exploratory design, conclusive, quantitative, qualitative, descriptive, casual, cross-sectional. So we will see each of them. Don't worry. Then we discussed about the research methods. So research methods, what are the different methods of or what are the different strategies, what is research methods or what it means. Okay, now and it is you so we have seen the different things about it. Then we discussed what is the difference between research methods and research design, so how we can distinguish, or what is the distinguishing, or what is the difference between research methods and research design. So all this we discussed in detail, in much detail actually. Then Arshad is commenting that X studio was better, the previous studio was better. Okay, I got you. So let's see. Okay, so let's see anyway. I'm sorry. Now I think this is where we stopped yesterday. We broadly discussed about what are the types of research methods. So different types of research methods. So we have descriptive or survey method, historical method, experimental method, qualitative method and quantitative method. So these are the broader classifications of research methods. So broader classification of research methods. Okay. Now let's come to each of them in detail. So here we will take up each of the research method in detail. Okay. First one is descriptive or survey method research. So descriptive or survey method research is undertaken to describe the situation, the community, phenomena, outcome or program. So it is undertaken to describe. So here the very purpose is to describe. So the purpose is to describe or to describe the situation. Okay, descriptive. It is descriptive in nature. The main goal of this type of research is to describe the data and the characteristics about what is being studied. So the main goal of this type of research, which type? The descriptive type or the survey method. So major goal is to describe the data and the characteristics. So if data is collected, a description about the data and what are the characters of the data or the characteristics of the data, it needs to be described. So this is what is done under descriptive or survey method. Then this method, it helps to provide answers to the questions of who, what, when, where and how associated with a particular research problem. So this is the objective. Okay. So the objective is to provide answers. Basically research is conducted to find out answers. Now the objective of descriptive or survey method of research is to provide or to help in providing or finding answers to the questions of who, what, when, where and how associated with a particular research problem. So this is what so it helps in providing these answers. That is, it's in a descriptive manner. It tries to describe a situation, or basically in research, when we talk about descriptive method in a research, this means that it tries to describe the data and the characters about the data. Okay, this is descriptive method, and it is used to obtain information concerning the current status of the phenomena. So descriptive research or survey research is also used to obtain information concerning or information connected to the current status of the phenomena. So to find out the more information about the current status of the what exists with respect to variables or conditions in a describing what exists, what really exists with respect to variables or conditions in a situation. So basically describing, that is the very purpose of this research, to describe the situation, to describe the content or describe the data, etc. A fact-finding approach generalizing a cross-sectional study of the present situation. So this is descriptive research. It's a fact-finding approach to find out the facts. Generalizing a cross-sectional study of the present situation. And the annual census carried out by the government of India is an example of a descriptive research. So a very good example. Maybe you can get even questions like that. Annual census conducted by the government. What kind of research it is? So annual census carried out by the government of India is an example of descriptive research. So census which is carried out annually. If you have seen the census data, it gives a description about every situation, every data collected by the NSO, National Statistical Office. So, it is a description. So, that is why it is called a descriptive research. Okay. Now, let's come to types of descriptive research. Basically, there are three types of descriptive research. So three types of descriptive research. One is case study. You know what is a case study? Studying a particular case. So case study, then observation, then survey. So these are the three types of descriptive research. Case study, observation and surveys. So we will see each of them. The first one is case study. So case study involves an in-depth study of an individual or group of individual. So it involves an in-depth study of an individual, that is studying an individual in detail, or a group of individual, that is we are studying a particular case. A particular case is being taken up. So particular case is being taken up and in-depth study of the particular case or particular individual or a group of individual is conducted. Okay, a group of individual or an individual, and it is used to analyze a particular trend, event or condition. So analysis of a particular trend or an event or a condition is done here. So case study, under case study it is used to analyze a particular trend, event or a condition. The researcher narrow down a general subject of research and concentrate on a strategically chosen case instead of randomly chosen participant. So under a case study, as we said, it is the study of a particular case. A particular case is taken up for study. Now here the researcher narrow down a general subject of research and concentrate on a strategically chosen case instead of randomly chosen participant. Now in the broader sense, the research includes those things that can be studied in a general perspective. But when we come to narrower perspective, that is narrow research, this means that a particular case is taken up for study. So here the researcher will concentrate on a strategically chosen. Why it is called strategically chosen? Because the researcher is very much conscious, or the researcher is very much cautious about how the researcher will choose the participant for conducting the research. So strategically chosen case instead of randomly chosen participant. So this is in case of case study. The case studies are a great way to develop a hypothesis or assumption. So it helps in developing a hypothesis, and it leads to testable hypothesis and allows us to study rare phenomena. So it leads to testable hypothesis and allows us to study rare phenomena, and this is also very much helpful for developing a hypothesis. Case studies should not be used to determine cause and effect and have limited use for making accurate predictions. So case study, as we said, the case study is a study of a particular case. Here two things are important. One is that the specific case, that is a specific case is chosen. And how is the specific case chosen? It is chosen strategically. Okay. So in case of a case study. Case studies should not be used to determine the cause and effect. It cannot be used in determining the cause and effect relationship of a problem, but it has a limited use for making accurate predictions. So to make prediction, that is hypothesis, assumptions. Okay, so I know that there are some network issues from my side. So let me know if you have any doubts. Maybe you must be having some doubts here. So let me know. Okay. So I'm waiting for your doubts. Lipika, ma'am, sometimes some words lines of the bottom are not seen. Okay, I got it, because my face is coming that side. Okay, I'll rectify that, don't worry. Now tell me if I'm audible to you, if everything is clear for you, if you are able to follow. So I'm really sorry that this problem happened today. Because of this lockdown, I'm not able to get the electricians and all. That is the only problem. Okay, I'm audible. So, shall we continue with the next topic? Testable hypothesis means which can be tested. Hypothesis is assumption. So, we have to test the assumption. Test the hypothesis. Testable means you can test it to know whether it is true or not. Okay? Gajalakshmi, it's audible. Voice is clear. Okay, that's enough for me, because I know this issue is there. I could not do anything because the electricians are not coming because of lockdown. I mean, my area is in lockdown. It's in containment zone. So nobody is coming to clear it off. So I thought, okay, I'll change to some other room. But I never knew Wi-Fi would be very weak here. Chat is visible, Imtiaz, yes. Tomorrow I'll try my best, okay. Even though I'll suggest you one thing, even though my face is not clear, we will take the class in the other room only tomorrow, because at least the net is clear and the classes will go fine. But definitely I'll be trying to, resolve the issue with the lights and all, okay. Now we will come to the second type, that is observation. So this is the second one, that is observation. Okay. So observation, it's characterized by active participation of the researcher in the event of phenomena that is being studied. So here the researcher, the person who is conducting the research, is the researcher. So in observation, what the researcher is doing, the researcher is actively participating in the event of phenomena. That is, if something is happening, it is being observed by the researcher. So here it means that active participation of the researcher in the occurrence of an event. Okay, this is observation. So active participant in the occurrence of the event. The data collected through observation is descriptive in nature. That is, by observing. So, by observing an event, the data is collected. So, such data is descriptive in the form of notes assimilated over a long duration or recordings of behavior and communication of the group members. And the researcher must not influence the behavior of the participants in any way. So, researcher should not influence. Why? This is we have studied the characters of a good research. So, unbiased research. This is one very good character of a research. It should not be biased. So, researcher must not influence the behavior of the participants in any way. And for that, not to influence the behavior of the participants in any way, what should be done? The research should be unbiased. Okay. So, that is about observation. Next is about survey. So survey, you know what is a survey. So here it is question answer type. So survey means the researcher will ask the questions and the participants will answer. So it's basically a question and answer type. Participants answer the questions administered through interviews or through questionnaire. So participants, they try to answer the questions which is administered through various interviews or the questionnaire. And after the participants answer the questions, researchers describe the responses answered. So after the participants, after they answer the questions, the researchers describe the responses. So first the questions are raised or questions are asked by the researchers. Now participants will give the answers. Now after getting these answers, what the researchers will do, they will analyze it, okay, or describe it. Yes ma'am, live screen is visible now. Okay, Sumati, thank you Sumati. And it is important that the questions are constructed properly. So here in case of survey, it is important to see that the questions, the construction of the questions are done in a proper manner. So it is important that the questions are constructed properly. Questions should be clear and easy. So questions should be very clear and it should also be very easy because we do not know how the participants are. So it should be understandable to the participants. So that is why it should be very easy and it should also be very much clear to the participants. Okay. Next is the advantages of descriptive research. So here we will see what are the advantages of descriptive research. So tell me if you have any doubts. Okay. Let me know if you have any doubts. So any doubts? No doubts. Okay. Now, advantages of descriptive research. First one, it will help it is effective to analyze non-quantified topics and issues. So this is effective to analyze the non-quantified topics and issues. Now, non-quantified means the topics that cannot be quantified or put in numbers. So quantification means putting it in numbers. Okay. So descriptive research is effective to analyze non-quantified topics and issues, those which cannot be put in terms of numbers. The possibility to observe the phenomena in a completely natural and unchanged natural environment. So descriptive research gives the possibility or chance to observe a particular phenomena in a completely natural and unchanged natural environment. So we get a clear-cut opinion or clear-cut data is we will be able to gather because this is done in a natural and unchanged phenomena. Now, ma'am, in case study, there was a point rare phenomena. What it is? Let me see. Okay, leads to testable hypothesis and allows us to study rare phenomena, which means rarely occurring events. Okay, rarely occurring events. Okay, now coming back to advantages of descriptive research. Also, it provides the opportunity to integrate the qualitative and quantitative methods of data collection. So, integration of qualitative and quantitative methods of data collection. So, qualitative and quantitative methods. It's buffering a lot. I'm sorry. I think we will wind up after this topic. then it's less time consuming than quantitative experiments. So the descriptive research is less time consuming than quantitative experiments. We have to find out the numbers, data in terms of numbers, etc. Whereas in case of descriptive research, it is less time consuming than quantitative experiments. Okay, less time consuming. We will also see the disadvantages, then we will wind up for today. Okay, I know it's buffering a lot, but we will discuss this also. So disadvantages of descriptive research, the disadvantages. So descriptive studies cannot test or verify the research problem statistically. So they cannot test or verify the research problem statistically. So this is one disadvantage, that the research problem cannot be verified or tested strategically. Then the research results may reflect certain level of bias due to the absence of statistical test. So it may reflect certain level of bias. Bias means you know what is bias. We have discussed bias. So bias means favor, acting in favor or acting in unfavorable condition to something. So research results may reflect certain level of bias due to the absence of statistical test, because here statistical tests are not conducted. So it is all descriptive in nature. It's trying to describe a situation. So there are chances of errors or bias. Bias means favorism. The majority of the descriptive studies are not repeatable due to their observational status. So basically what happens in descriptive research, we are observing something. Now, what is the problem with observation? The problem is that you cannot repeat it. You cannot conduct the research again, because once the event is happening, we are observing, and it's over means you are not observing it again. So it's done. It's over. So you cannot repeatedly conduct the research. So that is one problem. So observations cannot be repeated. Then descriptive studies are not helpful in identifying cause behind described phenomena. So we have already seen that we cannot establish a cause and effect relationship. So cause and effect relationship cannot be established. Okay. So these are the problems, disadvantages. Okay. So I hope it's clear for you. I think we will wind up for today just because of the network issue and all these issues. But definitely I'll try to sort out everything. Not try, I'll definitely sort out the issues by tomorrow. Okay. So this is with regard to advantages and disadvantages of descriptive research. You can go through once again. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Any doubts? You can read or go through the advantages and disadvantages again. So if in case of any doubts, we will clarify them and then further because of the issue. Any doubts? Anything? No. Okay. Clear concept, Vanaja. Thank you so much, Vanaja. So yes, I think we will wind up for today. Tomorrow we will be discussing the rest of it, that is the historical method. We will see what is the historical method, characteristics of historical method of research, advantages, disadvantages, experimental method, definitions and characteristics, basic principles of experimental research, principle of replication, principle of randomization, principle of local control, types, qualitative, sources of qualitative research data, types of qualitative, then quantitative sources, and difference between qualitative and quantitative. So that is it. So with that we will finish. So I hope